Hi,
Hi.
welcome to Bear Lake State Park.
Thank you.
Come on in and have a seat. I'm Richard.
It's good to meet you, Richard.
So thanks for coming over. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything in specific that you would like to know?
Just about where you're from, what your work experience has been like.
Okay, cool. So I am from Marona, Utah, just a little town. I grew up on a turkey farm and a cattle ranch, so I learned a lot about working from a young age. And I love to be outdoors and really working um, with people, which I got to do a lot with on the farm with my family. I learned how to work with my family really well. As well as when I'd bring friends out or my siblings would bring friends out, we had to learn how to tell them exactly what we needed them to do and make it specified so that they understood and did it right. Because if you do it wrong, then you've got issues on the farm. So um, I learned a lot about communication as well. Other work experience that I've had, I've worked at a ropes course as well as road construction. I on the ropes course, I was able to lead a lot of groups, teaching them how to work better together and how to focus on what they could improve in their lives and what they were going to do with that. With the road construction, I got to learn about a lot of equipment and how to move signs to warn the people of dangers that were coming.
So, are you licensed to handle any particular equipment?
No.
I only ask because we have lots of different types of equipment here at the park that we have people operating.
Oh, okay. I would be willing to get certified to help out if that was necessary.
Okay, great. So, how did you find out about our job? Where did you hear about us?
So my professor at Utah State University, he's got a website that he puts up internships and different jobs that we can apply for. So that is how I originally.
Perfect. Sounds like a great guy.
Yeah.
Coming over here, some of the things that you'll be doing, it's a varied position. So some days you may be working in the booth, charging people as they come into the park or into the campground. Other days you may be maintaining the campground. Other days you may be going out on patrol with us in a boat. Obviously, that's a big part of what we do is we're responsible for all the safety, water safety at the entire lake, not just the Utah side, but the Idaho side as well.
Okay.
So tell me what you think, what strengths do you bring that might help in any or all of those diverse areas?
Okay. So with the like taking money and stuff, I've had some experience with talking to people and helping them understand what is happening, and so I'd be able to take their money and then explain what's going to be happening in the park with the different things that are available there. I don't have a lot of experience on the water. I would love to learn about the different tasks that are out there, and that's one thing that I think is a strength that I have is that I'm willing to learn and put into practice what I've been taught. If I don't know something, I will ask so that I don't do it wrong, to make sure that we don't have an accident on the lake, for example, that could end badly.
Okay. So another thing that happens is even though people are typically here and they're here to have fun, sometimes they get in each other's way and their conflict arises between guests. Sometimes that conflict bleeds over into us as staff, where people might come up to us disgruntled with something that's happening at the park, or there might be cases where other employees annoy other employees. It just happens.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about a time that you've experienced conflict in a work setting? How did you resolve that, or maybe didn't resolve it? And do you have a philosophy on how you deal with that?
That is a very good question. So at the ropes course, we dealt a lot with people and having them go through different tasks where they would have to work together. And at times, it's hard for someone because they're not used to working with the people next to them. They're more of an individual type of worker, I guess you could say. So when that would happen, and whether it was a physical fight they got into or it was just words thrown at each other, one thing that I find very beneficial is to have them talk it out, which can be hard because they just want to throw words at each other still. So I make sure that one person is speaking at a time, that they can both see exactly how the other is feeling, and then they can decide from that point. I realize that not all conflict can be resolved at the time, but in that way they understand where their point of view is and how they can proceed from that. So then putting goals on how that can be formed.
Okay, great, good example. If there was anything that you felt that, is there anything that you feel you could work on to improve either your skills or your employability for the future? Can you tell me anything about
Are you thinking more specifically for this job in specific, or just in general, like 10 years down the road?
that? This job specifically.
Okay. So one thing that I don't have a lot of experience in is compiling reports or doing that, and so it's something that I would really enjoy finding out exactly what that is and how it can benefit not only me but you in the future.
Okay, great. And then another question. So one of the things is we value all of our employees, and many of our employees come back year after year. And we realize that this would be an internship potentially for you. We'd like to help you progress in your career. What could we do as a state park, as an organization, to help you best progress towards your 5-year goals?
I think giving a variety of experiences is key for me to know exactly what I want to do. So having experience in both working with people by greeting them at the gate, or by resolving conflicts, or by being out on the lake, having the variety of tasks would really help me to understand where I want to go.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes.
Shoot.
So what do you guys expect of an employee?
Just broadly.
Just broadly.
That they're on time, that they're a collaborative team player, because we have a summer staff, and it grows. So our full-time staff is only 3 people here at the park that are here year round. In the summer, that number goes up to 20, in some cases 25 people. So we need people to play together as a team and work together, which means being on time for work assignments, being willing to take the diversity of experiences, and realizing that some days it's just it's the way the paper has to get filled.
Yeah.
But that other days, will be some of our job involves a lot of fun. It involves being out on the lake, or it involves we will have you writing reports, which some people view as fun, some people don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, and being a good communicator, and being able to talk to us about what you need and about what the needs are of the jobs that you're doing.
Okay. And one more question.
No, shoot.
So what type of people do you usually see at the park? Or what does a
typical state park visitor at Bear Lake State Park? So most of our visitors they're here for the water, and that happens in a variety of ways. So we have the marina that's here by where you're interviewing. We also have a campground at the Rendezvous Beach site, and then we have 4 different beach areas that we manage, including the Rendezvous Beach and several other smaller beaches. So the typical visitors here to spend time in the water, whether that's out water skiing, playing on the beach in the sand, just stopping for a picnic. Honestly, probably the majority of our visitors are just stopping by and having a picnic on their way to somewhere else. And then we have our campground, which fills with a whole variety of people, like young family, mostly families, but young families ranging to older adults, staying in a variety of different settings. So it's hard to say that there's a type of visitor, but I guess they're all geared towards coming in and being in the water in one way or another.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Any other questions?
That's everything.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll be in touch and be making a decision later this week.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thank you, Lindee. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Good handshake.